doing that today. Keeper Water, as one would expect. Can't see the roll. Oh, yes, we can. Duh. It's a picture. I know those roll cards. Keeper of Earth. Okay, so my expectation will be Phoenix Splash. I don't know. I've given my sort of view. I've certainly been a crab player, or was a crab player for quite a while. I know I've traded to the clan from time to time as well. My experience is that the crab has the edge in this matchup, but chat may or may not agree with me, especially with new cards coming through with the inheritance cycle. I certainly know that Centauro is quite strong, um, and Earth Becomes Sky, if he's indeed running it, is quite good, especially against crab towers. Fight On, but Fight On still being in the deck thanks to Keeper of Water will help with that. Hey, they see the big dice. Cool. Let's see if I can pop over off screen to Lotus to see which pairing this is. Of course, tables are not in order by position, so is it Chuck versus Charles? Oh, looks like we got another delay. Yes, this would be Chuck Clynes versus Charles Delux. Charles being a Lion Hatamoto, and I'm sure Chuck being a very fine crab player, so should be a great matchup once we get it back here. See if I can get a reload going on here. Yep, okay. Oh, Twitch ad. What the heck? Very not good. I'll spare you that. Oh, Twitch. Oh, disconnect. Okay, so we have a disconnect. Sorry, not a Twitch ad. It looks like a Twitch ad, but it's a funky disconnect screen on the stream or some sort of issue with the camera. So hopefully we'll get that corrected pretty soon. Oh, I'm coming in quite quiet. Sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. That is valuable for sure. It's up to Mike. Okay, we're back. Cool. And do you have any missed mulligans or anything? It looks like we're still shuffling, or maybe there was looks like Dynasty mulligans might have just happened. Heading to the conflict mulligan. Crab's pretty happy with their hand. They do a 1. Let's see what Lion opts for. How's that for volume, Yoko Dunso? I can push it some more. I just want to make sure I don't pick up too much background noise. There is an air show on today, but hopefully nobody's going to hear that. Or at least practice for it, which is just almost as annoying. Okay, 7 feet. I see, sorted out the fate and honor tokens. Oh, we can sort of see honor over there on the crab side. That's good. Not fate, though. Okay, so flop-wise, let's take a look at Lions first. Pretty good if you have a charge, for sure. You got a Totori, got a Matsu Berserker, a very solid first character. Crisis Breaker. Okay, definitely good against military clans. So good include here. We have the new Signaler, Harumor Signaler, on the crab side. And we have a Funeral Pyre, which could mean anything. Now, Funeral Pyre is a good card, but it could also signal Mado. Although Crisis Breaker is not often included in Mado, just because you got to make room for those very specific cards of Brokers and Takas. See, Prodigy bot, get some political strength, and Berserker bot versus a Crisis Breaker and a pass. 2 Fate Crisis Breakers. So what's the over/under for people here? Is that Crisis Breaker going to be on the table for 5 turns or 6 turns? Okay, we see a 5/5, and hardly a surprise there. Does Lion have the charge? Do they get the charge? I don't. I mean, he could first turn Bonsai. He could drop a sword on the Crisis Breaker, something to do maybe defend your honor, which is likely on 3. Oh, okay, sorry, grabs first. Yes, that also will make a difference. He's going after Totori. It makes sense. high in that charge. Hits a manicured garden. Lion not knowing for their willingness to defend here. They could opt to try to stop the break. Maybe drop a conflict character or just attack with the Prodigy on military. Use the box to get one and charge. Sword going down the Crisis Breaker, good investment since he'll probably be often involved in at least 2 conflicts a turn. Big dice, thank you boys. So 3 to 5. No box option for Lion, of course, on defense. Yeah, find Mato early. I agree. That's kind of what you're looking for, right? Lion should be able to push to a military win if they want. It's just how many resources they have to expend to do it. Although Crisis Breaker with a sword, gonna be tough. Gonna be tough for the rest of the game for Lion. I think gonna be very annoying. Looks like that's a peasant's advice. No, but there was no dishonor. Oh, sabotage. Very nice. Sabotage. Don't see that all the time. But using that earth roll to solid effect to get rid of the Suichi. Oh, looks like I might be going for another reload here. We'll see. We'll see if it corrects itself or. First game was pretty solid, so yeah, I have high hopes that anything like this is temporary. So. Let's see if we can get a. Yep. Oh, stupid Amazon ads or stupid Twitch ads. That's gonna be a problem for me today. I'm gonna switch over to the win screen for people while that's going on. I probably should have just subscribed. That's my bad. To get rid of the ads here for people. I'm sure you see enough of those, as it were. Okay, well, don't want to miss any action, so I'll go back. Okay. Oh no. Back into the loading screen. Okay, good. All right, so back to the action. Looks like we got. Oh nope. Another ad? What is this? Okay. That's it. I can just do this to get around these ads, so I can still watch them. Don't worry, this is just a countdown screen to avoid having to restream the ad, which are quite annoying in this case. But it looks like offline. Okay. So back to the new stream. I think they're just fixing things up. Again, hopefully this is temporary. First round was very smooth. But yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, I don't know what new roles wise or meta wise, or anybody want to get into some discussion chat wise. We'll wait for it to come back online. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's already back. Okay, forget your chat. What happened? Looks like who won that ring? Oh, nuts. So we got a Mere Modus Fury. Wow, that is not what I expected. Keeper water crab, but I guess losing Spyglass, people are all hunting around to explore other splashes, perhaps. Oops. There, and it's about Prodigy. Looks like while we were offline, Turi was charged in on defense. I would guess, because he wasn't involved in that conflict, or was he? Earth becomes sky to stop the Crisis Breaker from unbowing, so at least that keeps him out of one conflict, barring fight-ons being played and things like that. See some Fate going down the rings. Using the activation tokens, that's fair. I mean, I always thought they looked a lot like Fate. Just do find it confusing. And we go into the next round with a still pretty strong board for Lion. Of course, will be disappearing at the end of the round, unlike Crabs likely. Fury stopped that second rings, so lots of fates on rings for this turn. Which province did he hit? That's pretty important. Although Mado, not having access to Talisman kind of tells me that he's probably not on Mado. Um, it's pretty rough because they find Mado, they just never go back. So I doubt Mado. So that's good. I'm not a fan of Mado, even being a crab player. So yeah, yeah, without fight on for sure. I know crabs are excited, and I'm gonna definitely give it a try for Keeper of Air, like lots of kills, um, using the new conflict character to dishonor, and then mark shames, etc. And sorry, the new conflict character, the Warden, to force the destruction of a dishonored character, and using the Akko to dishonor characters and mark shames to dishonor characters, and basically everything you can to dishonor characters. So along with your typical way of the crab and assassinations to really board pressure. Well, I mean that'd be hard for that to be better than the old Unicorn Splash, Talisman, Spyglass deck, but we'll see. It's different at least. I mean, crabs always complain. They've been playing the same deck forever, so hard. You can only complain so much when you're forced to play another one. Okay, we see a Berserker with 2 Fate. I think Crab's clan probably second most likely to include assassination, so that's a bit bold. He does have the favor. Oh no, the favor's on Crab's side, so not much of a chance of cancel outside of a defend your honor, which can be hard to get off with a Casada and a Crisis Breaker double sword on the table. I like Crab's position right here. We'll see. It's very wide for Lions, so they can put a lot of military force on an attack if they want. It's just Casada's a difficulty for Lion as well as he is for everyone. Crisis Breakers pumped up, so yeah. Yeah, Warden of the Dam could be strong in Scorpion too. I mean, if Crab's going to take Scorpion Splash, then it's valid for Scorpion to try Crab Splash. I think a lot of Dragon's got a potential kill card in Justicar. Keeper of Air's back with Crane, so they can go killy. I think I don't know. People might disagree with me. I think this is something that might end the dominance of Tower, or I mean, you could argue that it's not so dominant anymore anyway with Keeper of Air, Phoenix, and decks like that. But certainly lessen the how good of a strategy is pure Tower is with so many kill effects. We see a political and we see a block by Casada here. I guess he does have the Crisis Breaker for the military attack. He has Mountain, access to Mountain, being second player. That looks like a Pragmatism. So if Pragmatism goes down, I believe he has fewer honor, significantly fewer honor. So that's 4 versus 2. I mean, even court games. I mean, you have to invest a fan. Even a fan wouldn't get over Crab's box. So my guess is that you just be happy with drawing a 5-coster and a Pragmatism for the block here. Okay, uses the box to blow Casada's action. Or Casada's reaction to canceling. So looks like he's going to invest here. Let's see. Oh, strength in numbers. All right, that'll solve this problem. Must be thinking over Defend Your Honor, or maybe just faking to Defend Your Honor. Not the worst thing in the world. Court games, okay. Takes it down to 1 strength. I mean, it wasn't necessarily breaking. Puts a little dishonor pressure on. Okay. Infiltrator comes in. Okay, so with the box, he'll be winning. With the crab box, stronghold. And that province is probably definitely not breaking. And Infiltrator can be fed to the Funeral Pyre, which is pretty nice. Get a card out of this. Yep, we have a win on defense. I'm gonna say that a few times probably today for Crab. Void Ring was pretty important there, depending on exactly what. There's obviously no rebuilds in this deck. Well, we haven't seen Iron Mine yet, so it would have been entirely based on whether he had found a reprieve or not for that Crisis Breaker. So this was a pretty impactful Void Ring, I think. Which lends that you might have wanted to go with your heavy military attack, although you have Casada to deal with, so political attack might have been the one that's more likely to succeed anyway. Okay, Crab. Thinking about air. Why? You have no keepers. Water would be kind of nice, although enticing Lion to attack water is also pretty valuable if you think you can win that defense. Sorry, no keepers. It's an attack. So water is not a water would be helpful to get the crisis breaker, but with a pragmatism and less honor, you could attack water political. I think you have a good chance of getting that actually before strength. Apprentice Earthcaller answered a charged word. Yeah, that is pretty funny actually. Although I still don't know if yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. So we got some real. I like this crab deck. It's good. It's Dragon Splash. It's got Miyamoto's Fury as a restricted card. It's got Apprentice Earthcaller. Display of power. There we go. Honors up Zentaro, who is a one glory character. Oh, let me just double check. I think so. That's what it looks like to me, but let's make sure. Two glory characters. Sorry. Okay, even better. So yeah, it's a 5/3 Zentaro on mill. 6 with the box. Pretty impressive. Where are we heading back? Heading back to that province that I'm still not quite getting. Air ring. Okay, interesting. Crab on 9 honor. I guess he wants the fate and doesn't want to. Yeah, he wants the fate, and if you go water, then you risk the fight on. Uh, so that's not great. Or you actually don't even risk the fight on. There's a crisis breaker right there. So you risk losing on water, which you definitely don't want to do, and give the free keeper fate to crab. So yeah, air. Get a little bit of benefit of it, but I think it's mostly for the fate. We see a hand-to-hand on a sword. Good, again, because that crisis breaker likely to be around for quite a while, so dropping off those attachments is valuable at this point. So it looks like we're currently 10. Why didn't the sword go anywhere? Hand-to-hand. Oh, hand-to-hand was used against Casada's ability. Okay, sorry. I'm forgetting Casada. That's terrible. So it's 10-7. Winning not, I think winning not breaking. If I could tell what that province was, I would know for sure. Fight on. Okay, well, this is suddenly becoming very not winning for Lion. This Casada comes in at 9 military, so he should be at 16, I think. A nice steal of the funeral pyre by Centauro. Yeah, Centauro is quite good. I think he's deceptively good. You know, obviously it'd be super great if he could steal Kanjos and things, but still. Forgotten libraries, pyres, whatever. Now the second hand-to-hand, is he going for the pragmatism or is he going for the sword? See, defend your honor against. I would assume Casada. Casada's the bigger military target, but I thought he pointed to the crisis breaker. But we see 1-1, no point otherwise. Canceling the hand-to-hand. Not the worst thing to get out of to get a hand-to-hand. Sorry, to get a defend your honor out of. You don't want. You'd rather do that than your charges, etc. So we see Way of the Lion counting again. Should be at 13 by my count. Box was used in previous conflict to cancel Casada. So he's still got 3 more. I mean, this kind of spells double Way of the Lion to me. So you can get that 6 pump. I mean, obviously a bonsai takes him over the top, but Where's Crab's stronghold? Can't see it. That's a little annoying. I believe it's unbowed. Oh no, it was bowed for the political attack. So, yep, second wave of the line. So we're heading up to 19. Winning, not breaking still. It looks like a. Oh man, I should have been able to figure out that province by now, but. Yeah. So double way of the line. That signals a hefty investment on the first break for Lion, but you know they're dealing with some big military characters. Yeah, looks like that's a win, not a break. Oh no. No, don't. Okay, good. Takes another honor. So 8 to 13 honor. Okay. Yeah, it was Centauro coming in. I'm surprised that Infiltrator wasn't sacked, but you know, people are fairly unfamiliar with Centauro. He's fairly new, so can understand. He didn't anticipate the province, the holding steel right away. Okay, Favor comes over to Lion. We'll see if he's on Censure or anything like that. Make that viable. Of course, Yujiaki might get flipped. We saw one of them get discarded already. Yeah, 2 fate on the water ring for Crab. Pretty juicy. I mean, it has a useful target at least on the other side. They're always ready for battles. Crab's boards beginning to look like a Crab board in comparison. Hefty Casada, Hefty Crisis Breaker. No saves having been played, although still. Oh, it's before the throne. Okay, now I get to see the picture. Before the throne. So we got Lion. So we got Dragon Splash, Apprentice Earth Callers, and Before the Throne. Nice. We see a Mystic come in. Oh, goodbye against Crab generally, for sure. The Pragmatism being a 1 cost, not the most impactful, but at least it suppresses some of the bigger attachments too. The Watch Commanders. They're not, and the Tetsubo probably not coming down this round. Yujiaki sensed the favor, yeah. He's he was at the bar in the Imperial Palace and suddenly ran out. But there was no Ujiaki buy. I mean, didn't have a ton of fate for it, but oof, oof. I would have been sorely tempted to buy the Ujiaki just to get the big leg up. But maybe that's a nasty province, and he thinks he can keep the favor and defend it. We'll see. I mean, sorry, keep the favor and defend the province. Yep, guy upholding authority or something like that. Maybe he's baiting. Maybe shameful. Wow, it looks like Lions fully embraced the burning of people. They got that fire is going to be used again. It's going to be a nice card draw. Nothing versus Ndaro to steal this round so far. Okay, in comes the water. Nice little payday there for Crab. Yep, heads in. He's got the Crisis Breaker just in case. Art of War. Okay. It's also a province that Lion doesn't mind breaking. Oh, Yakumo too. Oof. I don't know. This Dynasty set. I mean, Crisis Breaker is not, I'd say, played in a lot of Crab decks, and Yakumo is again not played a lot because there's so many good forecasters. But to have both of these against Lion is a bad luck matchup for Lion. These are both very good military characters to go against Lion and Unicorn. So maybe a meta call on this Crab player because you can bring in the Crisis Breaker. Yakumo's not gonna bow, barring a lot of assassinations. Okay, Cloud. Cloud comes down off the Mystic. We see assassination on the Mystic. Got the Cloud off though. We see Lion Crab go to 5 honor. We see another sabotage. 2 sabotage. Oh, sabotage to cancel Casada. He went for the signaler, so yeah, I'm thinking that was a purposeful Casada cancel, not an accident like you often see. Let go on the Cloud, yeah. Dragon Splash, it's good. It's good generally. For shame on Casada. I guess that signals there's a second for shame. A dishonored Casada is oh, bows. Interesting. Still winning, of course, and breaking. So I guess you don't need your Casada standing for this. And why risk another dishonor when you're on 5? Oh, you're right. Pragmatism can't be dishonored. Thank you. Thank you, Dunzo. You're right. I don't see a lot of pragmatism. But yeah, that is that second part of text on the character, on the card, along with the +1/+1. Additional +1/+1 for being lower honor. It is a decent card. It's just hard to fit into conflict decks, I think. Art of War breaks. Reaction triggers. Water ring. There's no targets. And, well, no good targets. You buy your own characters. But it was 2 fate and another break. Getting Crab that bit closer. Obviously, with all his military power, I think this is definitely not that dishonor focused or anything. And well, Dragon Splash, of course. So he's definitely pushing towards his win condition, being 2 breaks up. So yeah, Brawler is a good call here. You could go political and try to bow. Yeah, try to bow the Yakimo maybe. I mean, obviously you could like to bow the Crisis Breaker if you can, but military might have been tempting too, because then if the Crisis Breaker blocks, he can't stand for another military conflict. This way he can block, and not that he's contributing much politically, he can block and also get into the military defensive. We see court games. Okay, taking the Brawler down to 2, 1 political, losing this conflict, and also reducing his chances to bow anyone. 2 to 2? No, 2 to 1. Yeah. I think he's already thinking about the military, what he can bow, what he can't bow. Right now it's his Caillou Envoy, which is not exactly the payoff you want to get from your Alliance by Brawler. Okay, so we pump up the military conflict, military strength. Brawler's back up to 3. But that does mean he will have to expend cards to bow this Yakimo. Yeah, he expends a Bonsai. Definitely getting the bow is good, but he has to spend a military card in a political conflict. Spends the honor. Is Crab going to do the same? Are they going to invest? I mean, they're 2 swords down. They could have another Pragmatism. They could have Tetsubo. They could have a bunch of military pumps to try to take this character up, but Tetsubo wouldn't stop the unbow, but it obviously would be very painful for the Brawler. Sorry guys, can't see the hands really at all with this kind of view, and often you can't anyway streaming reel. So this is all conjecture on my part. That's what's actually in hand. No answer. So he gets bowed. Is there a fight on? Nope. He just takes the Earth Ring. It's not terrible. I don't know if you want to spend a fight on to stop the Earth Ring. Non-break on the Earth Ring. Okay, there was a Pragmatism. And now there's not. Second. Okay. Let's get a pretty hefty military defense for Crab now. Okay, we're going to come in political, like a poke on the... What? Oh, Earth Ring. Sorry, I thought he was attacking the box preemptively. See the Air Ring. Yep. Probably going to try to shore up his honor a little bit. We see a block with Centauro. Given no breaks, maybe Lion is beginning to think that dishonors their way out. Hits the Shameful Display, I think. Yep, he's doing some pointing. So currently it is 3 to 0. I think that'll be the last attack of the conflict. So we should use the Pyre, I think. I don't think he's used it yet. Yeah, there we go. Heads up. Now, of course, Lion, the tough thing with Centauro is you have to remember all these cards that maybe you're not used to playing. When even the people who play the clans forget them sometimes. We see, oh, we see a reprieve, yep. Unsurprising, reprieve on the Crisis Breaker. There'll be no answer to that. Hand to hand being, subpar attachment removal in comparison to the field. Yeah, you're right. You could use Aware of the Crab. You could get the Zentaro with it. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's a risk versus reward. I mean, you got to read your opponent. There was a period certainly when no Way of the Crabs were played, and then in Mado decks, a lot of the Way of the Crabs are played. But in non-Mado decks, I'd be surprised if there's more than one. Not to say they couldn't have it by now, and they do have the the ultimate Way of the Crab magnet in the Caillou Envoy there. Well, no, just grabs the Fate in the card from the Envoy, just a small amount, and Earth second Earth becomes Sky to keep the Casada out of things, and first player goes over to Crab. I'm gonna make sure I don't get any more announcements here. All right. We see, okay, Sonari. Sonari's not bad in this. I mean, he could launch into sort of a singular big attack to try to push through a win and a break, especially if he's backed up by Charge Satori. When are we going to see the bids here? I mean, Lion could drop to a 1 in an attempt to kind of push that win condition. We have a Dishonored Crisis Breaker, and in response to that, I wonder if Crab's going to also drop their bid here. I think it might hinge on whether he buys as a Historian, because a 1 bid would mean that he falls underneath and can't use the Historian. I mean, a 2 bid would still allow you to use this Historian and put on pressure. Okay, we get that Earth Caller. No, is that the Earth Caller? I'm gonna double check. I think so. Yep, Historian gets bought, no Fate. Sonari gets bought, no Fate. Yep, Apprentice Earthcaller on the field. During conflict, choose an attacking character without attachments until the end set the character's skill values to its printed values. Okay, so it's good in terms of going around bonsais, etc. I don't know if there's any attachments in this Lion deck. We haven't seen any so far. So Lion going somewhat aggressive here. I mean, they spent four Fate on characters that are going away. Now there's been one assassination played by Crab, so I think the danger of that's somewhat lower. But bid wise, okay, it's a nice wooden dial there. Three, two, two. Okay, so a bit of what I was saying. I mean, we want to put a little dishonor pressure. It seems wanted to keep the Historian live for using its ability, and then Crab kind of anticipated that, didn't want to go to 1 card, went to 2, so. Yeah, Sonari, played, but not overly played, so sometimes people don't understand the ability or exactly what the ability is. And Earthcaller, Corset, but again, not played as often as some other cards, so. Okay, Brawler gets Cloud. Brawlers often get Clouds. See if there's I think 2 hand-hands have been played already, so he may not have the hand-to-hand to deal with that. It is a 2 military strength Brawler, so hard to bow some of this crap board. Earthcaller answers charge. Is that true? Am I missing something? I mean, it sets its printed values to its skill values to its printed values, but not sure that helps that much. But Dunzo, maybe you got insights that I don't in terms of charge and Earthcaller. Okay, goes in Pilgrimage. Definitely a military. Okay, so let's see. Two-way lines have been expended, so that's kind of like the big Tituri bomb. Crisis Breaker can be brought in with 6 mil. This and fight-ons, of course, on Casada. So this is gonna be a tough, and plus we have to burn Casada. So it is gonna be a tough pilgrimage break here for Lion. Pumps it to 3. Can now bow the Earth Caller. Oh no, sorry, uses the pump. Sorry, I forget Casada again. Yes, uses that to burn Casada. It's not a bad usage. It's only plus 1 mil. I suppose you could also use the Funeral Pyre, but that costs you a card later. But you have to pay the cost, right? So yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. You still have to pay the cost. So oh, he's got favor, yeah. So 3. Defend Your Honors live. Although not sure Crab would be thrilled about bidding 5, but they could also use it just to bait getting some honor from Lion. That's okay, Dunzo. You gotta miss 1. 1 out of 20 that you've been right on so far in the stream. So hand. There's the third hand on the cloud. Let's see how big this brawler gets to bow. I mean, I'm sure he wants either bow to win the conflict or bow to maybe winning the conflict. Maybe winning the conflict anyway if you bow, but bow to get the break maybe, or bow to get that crisis breaker if he can get up to 6. Third pragmatism comes down and definitely less dishonorable, so pumps him up to plus 2 mil. And Yakumo's not going to bow, so he's going to come back here, 4 political if he wants, or 6 military. He could do a lot of damage in conflicts here. I guess that's another factor with this whole bid. That was a very interesting bid because he could have tried to guess the Crab was going to go 1 and bid 5, which would take him underneath so that Yakumo wasn't on. That would be pretty valuable. It was a very nuanced bid compared to most rounds of L5R when 5 is obviously the right choice. Okay, so we got 7 with the favor, so he can, and bows. He's the opportunity to bow the Yakumo, which is a big win here. Crisis Breaker. Oh, Yakumo's not a Berserker. Is he? Oh, he is. Oh, nice. So Crisis Breaker brings Yakumo back up, but then Earth becomes Sky, bows him again. So third Earth becomes Sky. Played. We see fight on. Casada coming in, 9 strength. 4 shame. Can't be bowed. So pragmatisms. In this matchup, pragmatisms, plus 2 is nice, but looks like twice now for shame has got him on a bow. That was a lot of bow on bow action there. That was 2 unbows and 2 bows. 3 bows actually, starting with the Lions Pride Brawler. So yeah, a total of 5 bow unbow. That might be a record for me. Oh, we still have a signaler though. He could sack the signaler to unbow Casada. Oh no, signaler's not in the conflict. Yeah, signaler's got a lot of conditions on him, so he couldn't do that. And then there you go, pilgrimage breaks. We get a fire on the signaler. Okay, so yeah, pushing that dishonor. Could have honored it back up as brawler, but that's not necessarily that good for play. It's just plus 1 on a 6 strength brawler. And Casada's off, so he actually doesn't have to find a way to we see a skirmisher come down. Nice alt-art skirmisher from this event. No, it's Envoy and Rebuilds, right? So it's from Akote, I guess, or the World's Wall or something. Sorry, I tend to get a little quieter as the cast goes on, so if I again drop too low, please let me know. Okay, big crisis breaker, and skirmisher can, I would imagine, you covert out Centauro, being a 5 strength military, and that def. Yeah, Sonari, given the Sonari didn't come in on the military attack, and now that there's a covert on Zentaro, Sonari is not going to contribute a lot of skill here, or her ability is certainly not going to come into play that strongly. Okay, he's going to go try to take that Lion's Pride Brawler off the board, which is pretty good, leaving him a really big board advantage for next turn. Especially he's got a way to save this Casada. We're heading in on Upholding Authority. Okay. It's the third break. You never like to see that, but I don't know if you contribute, if you pour a lot of characters into defending this. Okay, so he drops the reprieve so it doesn't get stripped. It drops another reprieve. Oh my. I'm sure Lion is less than happy to see this. That means all of... Oh, but we see it... Oh, we see a nicely timed display of power on the best ring to display of power. So it looks like he's going to get that Yakumo, I think. I don't believe we've seen an Iron Mine yet. Oh, there's no rebuild anyway in the deck because Miyamoto's Fury is the RL card. That being said, there's still going to be Casada and the Crisis Breaker and the Earthcaller next turn versus Brawler. A hefty Brawler, but just a Brawler nonetheless. Okay, so... But it's looking like a decent chance for a second break for Lion here. And it's only political attack for Crab, so you're not risking a ton on the crackback. There could be an infiltrator, for example, or a dishonored signaler is not going to do a ton on a political attack. I think air would be an option if you're pushing that condition, although this could be your second break, so you could switch it up. Earth's always good. I mean, there could be another fight on, which could get you in trouble if you try to go water. Yep, air. Okay. The Clynes got their chosen avenue here, I think. Okay, Sonari and Centauro. Okay. I mean, that's a big. I don't think Crab doesn't have the board to do anything about this right now. I don't think. Especially the Historian's going to 4, 4, 7, 8, like 9, I think, on board for political. Steps in the way just to avoid the. That province is very short. We named. Is it Revels? No, it's not Revels. No. Okay, uses. Oh. Oh, it's a public forum, as he uses the honor token marker to mark that it's not broken. Okay, there's another one. There's one you don't see every day. I mean, it's good defensively. It certainly slows down offensive clans. It is very farmable, but okay, Starring gets sacked for card draw. That the Funeral Pyres is working overtime for the Lion. And there's going to be another honor from Zaro, so certainly no honor pressure from Crab, but a lot of military conquest pressure. Okay, we go to 4 honor for Crab. And then dishonor character still on the board for next turn. Reprieves go away. So Crab's got, that's all the reprieves used, but there's a Vanguard Warrior on Broken Province, so, oh, what the, sorry, did I miss, I thought there was a reprieve on Casada. Oh, it's Yakumo, sorry, yes, there was a reprieve on Casada, it's Yakumo going away. But there's a Vanguard Warrior, so we'll have one of those characters, probably Casada, sticking around for next round, barring, I don't know, an Assassinate or something, being played on the Vanguard Warrior. He's chucking the Funeral Pyre. Okay, he's got enough value out of it. Looking for, with only 2 fate, I mean, I guess you risk a bad flop, but keeping that Pyre around, not too bad with 3 new cards coming up and 9 fate. Because Lion really still needs to invest in characters because they won't win if the game doesn't go long. So, but I guess, you know, also you want a lot of bodies to defend. Okay, so we got the very strong new Kayde for Lion, which can stop characters from leaving play by using your own fate. So the record I've seen is Kayde with 6 fate bought to use on the charges and stuff like that. I'm sure it's been bought with higher somewhere else, but okay, so we see the Siege Captain, which is a 5/1 um, military body. So this military attack is big. It's like 6, 15, 20, 20 mil. Uh, Lions thinking over their options here. Brawler is obviously not that great on defense. Neither is the Magistrate. Kayde is not that strong military. She's okay. Need Fate, of course. Fate is good to have. Fate on Rings, also good to have. I don't know, chat. What would you buy here? I mean, Brawler is good for next turn. You can buy 2 characters, but you can't invest in them really at all. It's a tough one. I don't know. Depends on hands. Depends on the Stronghold province. I mean, if you have something that you can actually stop this 20 military strength, you could go Brawler 2 Fate. But no, looks like he's gonna go for a 2 character buy. We get, or is he maybe just paying for Kayde and taking off the Fate? Okay, so it looks like it'll be probably a 1 character buy. I don't think there's been any conflict characters dropped by Lions, so he could have some of those. So we see Kayde 2 Fate, which will definitely be helpful if he has a charge. We see. Okay. Well, the Vanguard Warrior wasn't saved for the round. I missed that. Oh, Iron Mine came up though. Well, okay. I guess he just knew the Iron Mine was coming, or he just anticipated winning this round. 20 mil is pretty decent. 2-way Alliance are gone, so that's the big pumps. I mean, 6, 9. 9 is currently the defense. So I don't think Lion typically would run entrenched position under their box. No, and they're definitely not because Upholding Authority was on the row. So Revels would be my guess. No, can't be Revels because Art of War there. And I believe Shameful Display is in the corner. So, oh, is it the new one? Dishonorable Assault. A Dishonorable Assault is really good province, I find. Sure, it's card hungry and might be better with some of the new cards coming in the pack, but I really dislike playing against it anyway. That's depending on clan. Yep. No. That's not Dishonorable Assault, is it? Maybe. The second word looks really short for assault, but it could be. It's got a lot of text. And Dishonorable Assault, of course, being the relatively new province where you discard cards, and the number you discard is how many characters you can dishonor in the conflict. Military Air, okay, to shore up that, if you win, you still get some benefit of taking yourself out of the quite a bit out of the danger zone for honor. Looks like we have just a Kayde defense here. Oh, did I miscount? It's actually 23. You had to go to the second dice. To 3. Okay. So, let's see. I don't know what the bids were, but triple warm welcome for Way of the Lion. I mean, if he could defend this ring, he would just win at the end of the turn from dishonored characters. Oh no, he only does 2, 3. Yeah, from dishonored characters leaving play, but that's a big ask in terms of. Yeah, so he loses 2 strength. Oh, okay, he's at 24. 21. Okay, 21. It looks like. Okay, we see Legion of 1 into Casada. No, because wait. what was the Casada? I missed the very first thing that was played, I guess, to dishonor Casada. To get around Casada trigger, because Honorable Assault was played. Yeah, I must have just missed it, because they've caught it every other time, so. Legion 1 with a Fate takes him to 9. $25. We see a Way of the Lion on a Legion of 1. It's nice. So it's going to 15. No, 12. Sorry, 12. It's not the second one. Infiltrator comes in, reduces the strength of the province to 5, and contributes even more skill. I mean, you didn't really need to play that at that point, but I guess you're just kind of pouring it out. Still breaking. 17, 16, yeah, 16. And that's the bonds I played. Okay, we see a charge for a brawler. Take on to 19 to 20. So I lost a little bit of track of what the 20 was, which is pretty key because may or may not still be breaking. There was Infiltrator. Yeah, it's only so it's higher than 24. It looked like 26. So that was the last card there. I guess we're just showing each other the hands. Had a censure. Yeah, just in case, but there was no actions played there. So okay, looks like Crab takes that. Lion had a nice honor pressure line going there. They had a nice switch up when they saw Conquest was going to be really difficult with the Yakimo and the Crisis Breaker. Really good Dynasty mix and flop for Crab there to make it really hard for Lion. And very definitely an uphill battle there. But well played by both players. Best of luck to them in the coming rounds. Let's flip over to Lotus Pavilion real quick and see if we can get any updates on games before I take a little break myself.